All right, welcome back to Fluggus Talks, the podcast, episode 282. Today on the show, Trump's DC takeover is being met with Democrat resistance, but we're going to show you who likes it. Then, Cincinnati officials are blaming the victims following that brutal beatdown from a few weeks ago. Then in the UK, they set up a sting operation to catch catcallers. We're going to tell you what they should be focusing on instead. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, we got some bad people with too many kids that we're paying for in more ways than just money. All this and more, it's Fluggus Talks, the podcast, episode 282, ranked the best news podcast of all time!
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
It's Fluggus Talks, the podcast, featuring Richard Grabboy. All right, 1 for 1 on the intro, as always. Guys, I just found out something crazy about stem cells. They're like tiny repair crews in your body, and they go out and fix whatever needs to be repaired. If it's your heart, liver, or skin, they'll fix it. But most stem cell therapies are illegal in the United States because they work too well, which threatens Big Pharma. What if you could heal your knees, fix your back, or recover from surgery without pills, insurance, or endless doctor visits? That's bad for profits, which is why the FDA has blocked these treatments, forcing people to go overseas paying up to $50,000 or more for stem cell injections. But high flavanol cocoa can naturally boost your stem cell activity. Harvard scientist Dr. William Lee actually backs this up. Check out this clip from him.
Studies have been done to show that the flavanols in cocoa stimulate stem cells to come out of your bone marrow like bees in a beehive in your bloodstream, and they go out and they find wherever it needs to be repaired. If it's in your heart, they'll fix it. If it's in your liver, they'll fix it. If it's in your skin, they'll fix it. And so we can eat foods like high flavanol cocoa in order to be able to actually get the stem cells to work a little bit better. Now, how do we know this actually functions, works in people? Well, clinical studies have been done with high flavanol cocoa to show that in like men who are in their 60s with heart disease, they could actually have 2 cups of dark chocolate hot cocoa a day for a month. They doubled the amount of stem cells in their bloodstream, and their circulation improved measurably. And then what's even more important and impressive is that there was a study called the Cosmos study that was completed recently that showed that eating high flavanol cocoa decreases the risk of cardiovascular death.
So flavanols are the good stuff found in cocoa beans that are usually destroyed during the chocolate making process, but Black Forest Supplements has created the first ever high flavanol cocoa powder. I mix it with my coffee every morning and it tastes fantastic. It's only 20 calories. This isn't your average cocoa, it's a stem cell power up. If you're experiencing significant aging, slow recovery, weak immunity, or just feeling off, give it a try. I think you're going to be blown away. Click the link below, and for the next 48 hours, you can get a whopping 40% off of your order. You heard that right, 40% off for the next 48 hours. What do you have to lose? The promo is for the next 48 hours, though, so do not wait. Click the link below in the description or the pinned comment. Thank you to Black Forest Supplements for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to Black Forest Supplements for sponsoring.
Thank you, Black Forest.
Hey, it's Friday, guys.
Yeah.
Feels good. We have a weekend coming up, and it's the summer. Summer's almost over.
Okay, so is it good or bad?
It's good, but we got to enjoy it. We got to realize where we're at, because soon it's going to be cold in the winter, and we're going to go, damn, I wish it was the summer. I didn't even appreciate it when I had it.
So true. Dark at 5 p.m.?
Yeah. They're turning the clocks back this weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to be dark at 5 p.m. next week. It's over.
That's a joke. Me and Fleckus have been doing this to each other for a while now, telling each other about anticipated events and just going, that's this weekend.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get hopeful for a second.
New season of Dave tonight.
Yeah.
Really?
No, they stopped making the show. So.
Yeah, so don't let us prank you, but enjoy your summer before it's too late.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm okay.
I never ask.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm fine.
Yeah?
You know me.
Any issues?
No issues. I'm really doing good.
Okay. Glad to hear it.
All right, well, we have a lot to get to. I'm going to kind of give you guys a sneak peek at what's coming. We have a packed housekeeping, a packed Urban Decay, a little light on the cringe.
Yeah, Cringe, it actually almost caused a fight. Cringe almost caused a fight.
And I was like searching online, like twinks sucking each other. Like, what are the twinks doing? Twinks naked in the street, and I couldn't find anything.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
The twinks and trans are taking some time off, and I was desperately trying to find egregious acts from them.
Well, the only twinks that are active right now are NFL cheerleading twinks, and we kind of already did that in Bonus Land, and there's not much material there.
It's not much.
All right.
All right. We have a great show, and let's start it.
Okay.
First things first, Trump is calling for a Act Blue investigation.
Meanwhile, President Trump is directing the Justice Department to investigate Act Blue. This is a Democratic donation platform, and the focus as the allegations about illegal straw donors and foreign contributions. Mark Meredith is live in Washington with more. This has been brewing for a while, Mark. What do we need to know?
Dana, for years, you're right about this, but this is a big development. The White House is directing the Attorney General to investigate the Democratic Party's top fundraising platform. It's called Act Blue, and the president says he wants to know if foreign money is being donated to the group and then utilized to sway elections. Democrats are calling this probe a dangerous abuse of power.
Dangerous abuse of power.
Like usual.
Because they're not going to be able to be in power anymore.
Our power. Next election.
This is going to stop it. We've covered this. We spoke about this a few years ago and right before the 2024 election. And we have some pieces of evidence that go along with this investigation.
Yeah, I'll read this tweet first. There's zero chance on this planet that in 24 hours, 880,000 mostly first-time donors donated $80 million to Kamala Harris. The woman who got less than 1% of the vote in 2020 has a 37% approval rating and is polling worse than Joe Biden. They are laundering money through Act Blue. How stupid do you think people are?
And that's clearly the case. No one's really passionate about being Democrats. Like, there are people who are, and they donate, whatever, but the numbers were just so unrealistic and egregious and obvious. And we found this example from this man, Cornelius Minot, living in New Orleans.
Yeah, we covered this on the show. And James O'Keefe did a lot of uncovering of these where he was confronting people at their doorstep. And they call them Smurfs, basically. But we'll sum it up just to remind everybody. New Orleans resident Cornelius Manu was listed as not employed, but somehow donated to Act Blue 847 times between January 4th, 2021 and December 31st, 2022, totaling $18,276. Here's the vacant house listed under the donations address, Democracy in Action. And it's like a split house we've shown before, guy chilling out on the porch.
He was passionate about supporting Joe Biden and shit.
He was dollar cost averaging into his support of the Democratic Party.
Very political.
Yeah. And so they call these guys Smurfs, and James O'Keefe, like we said, had a bunch of them, and he kind of confronted them, and they were like, oh, no, that doesn't sound right. And so whether the money it's obviously a money laundering thing. That's so obvious. And it's either foreign influence or domestic who go over the donation limits that the Federal Elections Committee sets up, right?
Yep. So I'm hoping with this getting investigated, and then also we have the gerrymandering updates, which we're going to get to shortly, and then we have potentially a citizens-only census, USAID is gone. I think the midterms might not be as bad as we think, because we're expecting midterms to maybe be tough, but that's under the old way, where it was all this fraud and all this money laundering. If we have a fair election, even if things aren't looking great, I think we can still pull out a win.
Yeah, and a lot for this stuff to be wrapped up by then is a big ask. Yeah. So that's I'm a little less optimistic than you, but we're going after the big pillars, right? Their money, their human bodies, which are illegal immigrants, which are counted in the census, and then clearing voter rolls. Yeah. So those three things, like that's good things to attack to actually come at the core of their power, right?
Exactly.
The machine.
All right, our next story, Adam Schiff, a whistleblower. Basically, a whistleblower accused Adam Schiff of doing treason.
Yeah, that sums it up. So a Dem whistleblower came out and said Schiff called a staff meeting, told everyone he was going to leak classified intelligence to harm Trump. Someone pointed out that's treason. Other staffers said not to worry about it because they won't get caught. And I'll read the highlighted part here. Unnamed members of the meeting reassured Redacted that they would not be caught leaking classified information. Redacted believed this activity to be unethical and treasonous.
And we all know what the punishment for treason is.
Something bad, yeah. I mean, real. That's
and
not
it should
a
be
joke, right?
And it should be. So hopefully, Adam Schiff is charged with treason soon.
Yeah, and you guys remember, we're also kind of litigating the past here. Act Blue, Schiff doing the treason. This guy was on the news every night saying, like, well, we do have stuff. And he's kind of like playing the public-private game. Like, here's what I'm telling you publicly, and we have more in private.
Trust me, I've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. And so he was leaning on that credibility the whole time to pump a hoax, and smells pretty treasonous to me.
Very treasonous. So let's make an example.
Let's bring back some old school treason laws. Dust off the books.
All right, let's get to our next update. We have a gerrymander update from Texas. It sounds like they were successful in their remapping.
Yeah, halfway successful. So Texas Senate passes map that adds 5 GOP seats, eliminates 5 Democrat seats. That's the Texas State Senate. The Texas House has not voted on it yet. That's the next part. And the House are all the people who fled the state. So, but they're making progress on it. That's next. And in response, this is the main reason we're covering it, is because Governor Gavin Newsom is trying to gerrymander back. It's a one-upsmanship of gerrymandering. And he's tweeting in the Trump way now as a bit. He says, Donald Taco Trump, as many call him, missed the deadline. California will now draw new, more beautiful maps. They will be historic as they will end the Trump presidency. Dems take back the House. Big press conference this week with powerful Dems and Gavin Newsom, your favorite governor, blah, blah, blah. Basically, he wants to gerrymander 5 seats that Texas just took back with 5 seats in California, which honestly, kind of a good play.
It's a gerrymandering war.
Yeah, I respect it, to be honest. We're in a real battle here. But here's the response from Governor Abbott, which kind of silenced it, and you'll see why.
Well, to be clear, listen, all those big blue states, they've already gerrymandered. Look at the map of Illinois. Look at the map of California, New York, and Massachusetts, and so many other blue states. They gerrymandered a long time ago. They got nothing left with regard to what they can do. And know this, if California tries to gerrymander 5 more districts, listen, Texas has the ability to eliminate 10 Democrats in our state.
I like the gerrymander war.
So the gerrymander war is basically the red states have a lot more room. They have a lot more leverage. And if you guys want to just make it known that hard right states and hard left states are going to completely gerrymander, we have way more gas in the tank than Gavin Newsom does. So it's a good move, but if it becomes an all-out war, ultimately Republicans are going to win because of less historical gerrymandering.
Exactly. They've already shot their shot. They did this a while ago. Now we're going to make it even worse?
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to do it again.
You don't have much
you already
left.
squeezed out all the juice.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing. And shout out to Abbott. I want to see DeSantis come in hard and start to gerrymander, especially because Florida has moved so far right. Like Texas, it's like, all right, we are disenfranchising some people. I'm admitting it. We're disenfranchising some people. But
they're on our side.
But our people have been disenfranchised elsewhere. So that's the
Exactly.
entire point of a gerrymander war. Try to keep up. Gavin Newsom, cute tweets. And it's a good move. It's a good move. But once you get a reaction out of it, it's not as powerful.
Why Donald Taco Trump?
Taco is the nickname they gave him for Trump always chickens out. It's an acronym. Trump always chickens out for like reversing tariffs and stuff. So
Oh.
yeah, yeah, good one.
Come on.
I know. Some 20-year-old was like, yeah.
Taco. Okay. Our next story is from Cincinnati. We've covered many times the brutal beatdown from like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Now we have some officials and black community leaders coming to the defense of the people who did the beatdown.
6 individuals were charged with aggravated assault, which is a felony. The white guy incited or urged 6 other people to commit a felony.
The method by which this situation has been handled raises serious questions as to whether there's bias involved in the investigation. It also brings into question the possibility of a lack of integrity and whether there's something else to hide.
So they're victim blaming, and it's not even subtle.
You incited 6 felonies because 6 black people had to stomp you out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the bias.
They made us jump him. They made us jump him and stomp his lifeless body because what? Did they say a no-no word?
Yeah, the bias was whether or not you kicked him in the head. We're only prosecuting head kickers, right?
And there's no accountability here. No people taking accountability for the stompers' actions. Mm-hmm. And then you kind of get a peek behind the curtain. This is how the black community acts in a tribal way. Like when there's an incident that involves a black and a white person, they'll side with the black person just because the other person's white.
Yeah.
We saw it with Carmelo Anthony, George Floyd.
Yeah, and then I was telling Fleckus before the show, like, every once in a while, she says they incited 6 felonies. And everyone's kind of like, the black leaders, we got a priest, we got a business owner, who are these people? And Fleckus will be in the final page of Housekeeping saying some nonsense, and I'm like, ugh. I'm like, no, I don't agree with that. Don't bring me into this. And they're all like behind her, incited 6 felonies, and they're like, yeah.
That's so true.
They all agree with it. Nobody objects. Nobody's like, ooh, that was a bad talking point.
And it's the same energy as like, well, she was wearing a short skirt. She was kind of asking for it.
It's literally victim blaming.
I thought we're not supposed to do that. Yeah. And keep in mind, they're not responsible for the violent beatdown they did 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. But white people are responsible for reparations from slavery from 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make sense. We have some tweets here that really sum it up well.
Yeah, Will Tanner said, kill the Boer, in quotes, and prosecute the victim. The South Africanization of America is here. Prepare accordingly. That's something we said before, South Africanization. Somebody said, if you didn't want to get jumped, then why were you voluntarily around a large group of black people? Is actually a fair talking point that everyone understands intuitively, but it's insane for them to just come out and say it. Yeah, I agree. Why were you willingly around a black mob?
Not the time to go to jazz festivals.
Yeah, there's the racist and the woke version of that. You get to the same opinion.
It's the same opinion. All right, we have a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to the DC takeover.
Kind of the big story of the week.
Big story of the week for sure. First, we're going to show some good stuff. We have the bulldozers taking the homeless encampments out.
Yep. Just grabbing the tents, grabbing all your shit.
Oh, that's my useless shit.
Oh, that's the shit I've been hoarding in the tree line at the park. That people are supposed to bring their kids to. They're putting it in a dumpster. You get it, right?
In a dumpster. That's where it goes. Yeah. And then
Trump... You can be homeless anywhere, right? Not our nation's capital. Not the best streets in L.A. Not right outside the Roosevelt Hotel in New York.
Yeah.
You know, there's a little bit of a homeless people outperform their zip code. They're always like, oh, 90210 Beverly Hills.
Yeah, or San Francisco, like in the tech area.
Yeah, it's like you can go slum it somewhere else, and obviously nobody else enforces it, but it's nice to see in D.C.
Yep, and then Trump was tweeting about the D.C. takeover and why it's so important, and also about how the crime numbers have actually been fudged.
Yeah, the main quote is, the real crime rates are probably 5 to 10 times what has been reported. D.C. has been under siege from thugs and killers, but now D.C. is back under federal control where it belongs. The White House is in charge. And he referenced a lot of the stuff we talked about recently, the crime statistics being pressured to knock them down.
Yep.
And not
the commander who changed the numbers was suspended.
Yeah.
So it's like a known thing.
Yeah.
And I was kind of wondering, like, why did D.C. get so bad? Like, whose idea was it to lessen penalties for violent felonies and then continuing the no cash bail? And then I found this clip of Karine Jean-Pierre.
I did talk to the team, and we have a couple of things that I just want to lay out for all of you. And on what the D.C. bill does, it reduces maximum penalties for offenses like murders and other homicides, armed home invasion burglaries, armed carjackings, as I mentioned, armed robberies, unlawful gun possession, and some sexual assault offenses.
It's like, do you even hear what you're saying?
It's like a reverse press conference. You want to sneak that out. You don't say that in public.
And she just reads it, and she doesn't even know what she's saying. She's just reading it.
Yeah.
And it's like you're saying that you're letting the criminals out and you're knocking down the felony charges.
That's something you release at 4:45 p.m. on the Friday of Memorial Day weekend and hope nobody picks it up. She's up there at the podium reading it, right?
Yeah. And then
we're going to help out murderers. Is that a priority for America?
We're going to help out murderers, and we're going to not get rapists in as much trouble. Any other questions?
And she's not even processing it and being like, oh, shit, I should rush through this.
What am I reading?
Yeah.
And then someone at a press conference asked the police chief about the chain of command, and this was her response.
What the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear.
So that was it.
What does that mean?
What is the chain of command? And she said, what does that mean? Isn't that like police speak?
At least she didn't say what that mean.
That's true.
So there's room to improve, but there's also room below.
Yeah. And then we have some background info on this woman. It was a DEI hire, and we have the proof.
Yeah, her previous job was chief equity officer. So diversity programs.
Officer.
Yeah.
Chief equity officer. You're under arrest.
Oh my God, you're on the force. Yeah.
And then there's a Plato quote I thought was substantial. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule, you just read it.
The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. Plato, the Republic.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a lot of faith in our leadership of a lot of American major cities. We keep talking about how everywhere you look, there's a crisis, and then you get there and you go to watch the press conference, and it's some old woman police chief, or it's some person who is a DEI officer.
Yeah.
Come up. And you're like, I wonder why all our cities are going to shit, right?
I do have experiences as an officer of sorts.
I'm speaking. Hold your questions. I'm speaking.
Yeah, not good. And then we do have some clips of people resisting the feds in D.C., mostly Democrats, obviously. First, this lady just pushes the cop.
Back off! Oh, man. Back up! Everyone back up!
That was pretty good chest pass.
Yeah, and then she acts shocked. Like, you chest passed me? Yeah, you swung on a cop.
You swung on the feds.
This is Trump's America right now.
And then you guys are probably seeing this, the guy who threw this sandwich at the feds.
So President Trump has vowed to make D.C. safe and beautiful again. And as part of his effort to fight crime, he's bringing in our federal law enforcement partners like FBI, ATF, DEA, or Park Police, everybody to help the Metropolitan PD fight crime. And the president's message to the criminals was, if you spit, we hit.
That's what I like.
So you saw it, and ultimately Judge Janine says they're charging this guy with a felony, hitting a police officer. Mm-hmm. And the guy, if you watch, he's like jumping around. He's a real manic pussy. He's like stomping his feet. And then he throws a sub. And all this is fine. You can get in their face a little bit. You can yell. You can voice your disdain. But then you get that little pussy moment where I'm going to throw a Subway sandwich at you like a girl. And he does it, and then this guy's charged with a felony. I'm sure he'll plead it down or something. He probably doesn't have a lengthy record. But this is the type of guy who's going to be crying in court to a judge because he had this little feminine blow-up where he thought he could throw something at a federal officer.
Like the people who messed up the Teslas and keyed the Teslas or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I didn't mean to. I'm a pussy. Yeah.
I got overwhelmed with anxiety or something. So that's the type of thing. And then that's a message to the other white people in D.C. who are protesting this. Because the ghetto types, the teenage carjackers, they're keeping their head down. They're not out there protesting or anything. They're just like, shit, got to chill for a few weeks. Mm-hmm. The white people are the ones throwing subs and stomping their feet, and this next clip is kind of similar.
Here's them heckling.
Here's a real cop. He has a badge. He has sticky name on his chest. That's a real cop.
Fuck no! He harasses citizens, he's not a real cop!
You get it.
It's liberal women and pussy guys.
You can hear a gay voice. You can hear a real gay tone.
Yeah, you shouldn't be here.
Get out of here.
And they're literally making the streets safer, and they're protesting that.
Yeah.
And then the people on MSNBC and CNN are obviously reiterating that sentiment as well. Here's this guy with the hair who looks Indian.
Yeah, who is this guy? He's like a Star Trek type character with that gray hair. He's trying to do something unique here.
Or like Hades from Hercules.
Okay, all right.
I think it's really important to be clear about what is going on here. And a relatively small crime problem is being used for specific authoritarian purposes that we know and understand. So let's be clear about DC does have one really big crime problem, which was the January 6th insurrection incited by the current president of the United States. And his first act in coming back was pardoning all the people who tried to overturn constitutional republic order in Washington, D.C. When I go to D.C., I'm not afraid of losing my wallet so much as I'm afraid of losing my vote. I'm not afraid of losing my wallet so much as I'm afraid that my children's freedom to breathe will be stolen in a world where climate change policy is non-existent. I'm afraid that...
What are you talking about? These little 16-year-old kids going to steal your wallet right now.
Yeah, they're waiting for you. They're following you.
Climate change?
Well,
Lose your breath from climate change?
This shows, and we're going to get into some more arguments from the left about this, but man, when all you have is January 6th again, that's over. We don't care.
It wasn't even bad.
And I don't think it works as an emotional manipulation tool like he thinks it does.
Yeah.
So January 6th, climate change, and then I can't vote or something. So those are the big talking
I'd love
points.
to be on that panel and just go, oh, January 6th wasn't that bad. Yeah. Like, what?
I know. They'd go crazy. They'd have to.
And this guy probably lives in like a $2.6 million house. He goes, oh, this little crime problem is no big deal. Yeah, they come bust our car windows every now and then.
Or he visits once a week or once a month type shit.
He doesn't even live. Yeah, exactly. And he calls it a little crime problem. Meanwhile, 91% of DC residents say crime is a major problem. Mm-hmm. And like we said, the DC police commander resigned or is suspended for changing the numbers. So it's actually worse. But based on the numbers we did have, DC is 5 times more murderous than Mexico City.
Yeah.
And that's off the fake numbers. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
And then the fat, black, bald woman had some stuff to say, too, on that same panel.
You don't think more police make streets safer?
No, Joe. I'm a black woman in America. I do not always think that more police make streets safer. When you walk down the streets of Georgetown, you don't see a police officer on every corner, but you don't feel unsafe. So what is it about talking about places like Southeast DC, right? Ward 8, if you will, that people say, well, we need more officers to make us safe.
Yeah, it's the black crime.
It's really simple, and I know your TV program can't say it, but it's black carjackers and murderers.
It's not even hard. And it's like, oh, why is Georgetown less scary than Ward 8? Well, I don't know what Ward 8 is.
Let me think about that. I'll ask Grok or something. Why don't I ask AI? It's not even hard to solve at all. And their whole, that's why like the legacy media is dying, is because their whole thing is based on this like little no-go gray zone where they can't explain to you what's really happening. What is Georgetown? Georgetown, the university and all the nice affluent white people? Why is nobody killing each other there?
Yeah, but Ward 8. It's like when they call it Ward, they call it Ward something, it's usually a little worse.
It's not Old Alexandria or something. It's Ward 8. It's just a number.
Yeah, Ward 8 has more black repeat offenders offending repeatedly.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? That's why we're there. It's not like a hard equation to solve, chicken or the egg or this or that. If there was murders in Georgetown, the feds would be there. Exactly. And more police would be there. It's so stupid. And she also prefaced it by saying, I'm a black woman in America, like citing the resume where wherever she says you can't question it because she knows more about that experience than you do.
She has experiences.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good point. No one really wants to hear it from us because we're white, so we'll outsource.
But we actually have the answer. Yeah. We have the answer.
But we can outsource the point to a person of color.
Ate much of what they took. Instead, they just trashed the place, as this video obtained by our news partner WTOP shows. We asked the couple what they think of President Trump's plan to federalize city police and deploy more officers and the National Guard.
I'm telling Trump, just send the boys to Bend Road because this is crazy. And then you see Dollar Tree closing, CVS closed down, 7-Eleven closed down. We trying to put a store in your community, then you do this.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah. And the black people who aren't involved in any of this are mad too. And they don't want this it makes them look bad. Their neighborhood gets worse. The Dollar General closes.
And then you have the people who are supposed to represent their interests because they're also black, lying on MSNBC. Saying, oh, it's Trump's racism. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? They just trashed the store. We have no stores. Please help us get food.
There were 3 of them on camera. It happened 20 minutes ago. Can you please help us?
Trump's racism.
No.
And then we have other mayors who are chiming in too and alluding to that same thing, that Trump's only going after certain cities and certain mayors because he's racist.
But let me just say also, it's not lost on anyone that the cities that he is calling out, first of all, have large numbers of black and brown people. Secondly, the crime rate is going down in all of these cities Thirdly, they're all headed by Black mayors. Now, what does that say? What does that picture paint? So we all know who he is.
Well, it would say to me that there's a crime problem and you're not arresting anybody and you're probably fudging the numbers, and that's why the crime goes down.
I think Donald Trump hates black people. And it has nothing to do with the numbers or the lawlessness. And you know, it's a chicken or the egg thing again. Like, now, why is that? Yeah. Why is that? Why are the numbers so much worse?
Exactly.
Let's go to Indianapolis or a more white city and just figure out, you know, what's going on there. We don't need to send to the feds there.
It's a good point. And everyone says, oh, it's poverty, it's circumstances. But certain groups who are poor, like white groups in poor cities, they don't commit crime at the same rate. We've covered that.
Yep.
Brandon Johnson was chiming in on this too.
And she says black or brown people. We've talked about this. Black people really want to lump brown in with them, and brown people are probably like, whoa, even your rates are a little high for us. Let's separate black, comma, brown, white, yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow. even we admit the Asians do less than us, right?
Oh, yeah. All right. Brandon Johnson from Chicago had something to say about it as well.
Fine. Since you are begging, I do believe that Donald Trump is intimidated. I think
okay,
you're begging.
no interruption.
So let me just answer that. I do appreciate you begging. So I would just say it like this, that the president has always been intimidated by the intellectual prowess of black men. And so, of course, he would speak in those petite and puerile terms.
Very sophisticated.
He's thumbing through a thesaurus. Those petite.
Petite isn't even, I don't think petite really works there.
It does not.
And when we all think of intellectual prowess, we think of Brandon Johnson.
Mayor Brandon Johnson, who's making promises to not raise taxes, and then, shit, I got to do it.
We got to pay for these illegals.
Yep.
He has a 7% approval rating, which I believe is the lowest approval rating of a mayor in a city ever. 7%.
I'm intimidated by that.
Donald Trump, we got a problem with me. So, once again, instead of hearing the point from us, let's go to one of Brandon Johnson's constituents.
Hey, Trump, you need to bring the National Guards to Chicago, man. You got kids killing kids, man. That's not good, man. Washington, D.C. is not much going on compared to Chicago, man. I'm running. It's a war happening right now in Chicago, man.
That's a good point. Yeah. I believe him. And we have a couple other cities that could use some feds too. Here's a scene from Memphis from a few nights ago. Send him in.
Blew out the transformer, just letting that thing talk wherever it may land. But,
really letting that thing
why
talk.
is Trump targeting black and brown cities and mayors? I don't know, man. We may never find out.
He's mad because these people is black.
Yeah.
It's like you guys are shooting like banana clip full autos recklessly into homes.
Yep.
Our next clip is out of Minneapolis. There were 125 cars broken into in one night.
It's another window smashing spree. Vandals hit a neighborhood in northeast Minneapolis overnight, damaging more than 100 cars. And all new tonight, this video of the criminals in the act.
This is making people angry. Ben Henry talked with victims and police about what's being done to stop this crime trend. He's live right now to show us the damage. Ben?
Kevin and Lindsay, reminders remain of the crime spree from last night. Garbage bags and cardboard cover windows, and I'm standing in shattered glass. Police, though, say they are looking into evidence and checking on leads. Still, though, after several weeks and hundreds of reports of car windows getting smashed, no arrests. And neighbors and folks who call this neighborhood home hope they hurry it up for their peace of mind.
Yeah, good time to invest in car window repair business in certain cities.
Yeah.
And then keep in mind, too, in Minneapolis, that's the place we talked about where cops aren't allowed to pursue. If they see a crime happening, they can't chase in the car because it's dangerous. So that's another reason why the crime numbers are down, because either they don't report them to the FBI for some cities, or in cities like that, they don't even chase and arrest people. So, of course, the numbers are down. You didn't arrest anybody.
Yeah, and, Trump's power in all other cities who he has threatened are obviously way less than what he can do in D.C., being the commander-in-chief and what rolls up to him. But we'll see. I like to think big picture-wise. We saw California had that proposition where they wanted to get rid of the theft under $950 thing and make that a more serious issue because of how much it had ruined California. And the state of California, a pretty lefty state, voted 70-30 on that to remove those kind of like little carve-outs so people could get away with more retail theft. And just big picture, the Democrats have to say this is authoritarian, this is XYZ, it's like someone abusing their power, right? But I don't think very many people, very many voters disagree with crime is up and it needs to go back down, especially after you got your car broken into, someone who got carjacked, whatever else you were a victim of. So you get on MSNBC and you bring up climate change, or you talk about how you're a black woman, or you make it racist. It's not a winning issue for them, and I like to see them on their heels defending an unpopular thing, right?
Yeah.
So if it works, which it currently is, right? I'm sure they're making arrests. They're posting about who they've arrested. Guy with an unlicensed, unregistered firearm and no job, up to no good, prowling around. Those types of people. It's a very popular issue to be harder on crime in America these days.
And the way they're going about it isn't even controversial. It's not like we're going to interview every black person and see if they're doing crimes.
Yeah, I got a thing for how dark your skin is, and if it's darker than this, you're coming with me, right?
Yeah, just to prove you're not.
That's not what's happening.
It's like you're arresting criminals who are committing crimes, and you're just not letting them out.
Yeah.
It's not even hard.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's get into our migrant section. We have a big migrant section with a lot to talk about. First, we have some good news. 26 cartel members were turned over to Trump from Mexico in a recent deal.
Yeah, and this is just footage of the plane exchange, I believe. Do we even want these guys? I guess they're off the street, but now they're coming here, and we got to keep them locked up.
Then they bring them to California, and then they let them out.
Yeah.
So now we have 26 cartel members in. Yeah.
But these are the kind of deals that happen with Trump. Joe Biden, other Democrats, they don't care about anything like that. They're not seeking justice.
And we have some more good news. Foreign-born numbers are down. Can you read that, please?
Yeah, foreign-born population declined an unprecedented 2.2 million from January to July, the largest 6-month decline ever within the same year. And I will just read this little fact here at the bottom, which is great. We've talked about it during the Biden administration, how it's been straight line up on foreign-born population. The trend has gone crazy, so to see it decrease is amazing. And the people who put this study out, they said, we preliminarily estimate that the illegal immigrant population declined an astonishing 1.6 million to 14.2 million from January to July. So 2.2 total foreign-born out, 1.6 of that being just straight-up illegals. So a huge percentage of that 2.2 are just pure illegals self-deporting.
And they say 1.6 million, which is 10% of the illegals, which is 16 million. Okay.
You might have one of the numbers right.
Yeah, one. It's a 1%.
You got the numerator, but you ain't got the denominator. Yeah. So, but either way, it's good that people are genuinely leaving and self-deporting. And Biden was the one who lit gas on that fire. I think we've shown charts in the past of how it increased specifically under Biden from both legal and illegal immigration. So
very true. And then next we have a clip from Trump telling us how he got 270,000 illegals off of Social Security.
Benefits, we've already kicked nearly 275,000 illegal aliens off of the Social Security system. These are people, many of them have already left the country, and yet we were sending them checks all the time. And 275,000, and that number is now even larger than that, Frank. It's unbelievable.
So that's not good, but I'm glad we found out. And they also discovered 12.4 million people over the age of 120 on Social Security.
Great.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and so remember, guys, illegals don't vote in elections, though, either. They're not on Social Security. They don't vote in elections. They barely count in the census. They do. So everything we've said, they're in these things, they're in these systems, they're taking advantage of like this bureaucratic bloat or like us not cleaning up our databases. They're doing it on everything. So to think they're not doing it on voting is insane.
Very much. Our next story is out of Detroit. 2 city councilmen in Detroit were just charged with forging mail-in ballots. There they are. Looks like real Michiganders.
They don't look American to me, brother.
So that's what they're up to. They get here, and then they commit like treasonous crimes where you're like forging ballots for an election, which is massive federal crime.
Yeah, there's that T word again.
But when you do it and you're from India, they're probably like, oh, yeah, in my country, we do this all the time. Or
Can I bribe you? Can I bribe you to get out of this? How much to end this right now?
It's no big deal. And then when they get here, they're not used to the first world standards that we have, especially around elections. And maybe that's why they're willing to vote. And, I'll get my ID and register to vote, and you'll give me $500 Google gift card?
Yeah, something.
Okay. Or, we can't have Trump win. We need you to throw these fake ballots through the machine. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll do it.
Right away, sir.
And I actually talked about this in 2020. I did a whole election fraud series of videos where we had all the requested mail-in ballots, and we found like thousands and thousands of people that were dead that were requesting and returned mail-in ballots.
And we were supposed to believe that they were caught before they were counted. They requested and returned it, but don't worry, those weren't caught. That was the main premise of the argument, right?
Yeah.
None of those slipped through the cracks. We have this volunteer woman who it's her first time, and she got rid of those, right?
Or these guys, they're checking.
Yeah.
And then CNN said I was crazy. Next, we have a clip of Muslims in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, so we started off with some good news, right? Illegals off Social Security, foreign-born decrease. But I think we need to get some Boise positivity because this is dark.
Boise, Idaho.
That's just heartland America, and that's the point. So it's not enough that we're slowing things down. That's the way I see it right now is, and Trump has been standing on it like, oh, we basically shut migration down to 0, and then we got the decrease, the 2.2 million, 1.6 of which is illegals. But that's like stopping a bleed. We need to fully stitch it back up, and that means getting them completely out. So whoever's here marching in this little Boise parade as a Muslim on some sort of temporary status or something, we need to be rescinding as many of those bureaucratic paperwork loopholes as possible, and then obviously with mass deportations, which I'm still unhappy with.
Very true. And my boy Spencer, friend in real life, made me this cartoon. I wish we would end mass migration.
Putting a penny into a wishing well or a coin.
Then the migrants take the money for free.
Yeah.
They go, oh, money is in this pond.
Yep.
And you might be thinking, damn, this mass third world migration, this is like a white genocide.
Yeah.
But don't worry, no, there isn't a white genocide according to Rosa Schwartzberg. There's no genocide.
Thank you. I was worried for a second, for a brief moment. I was worried.
Yeah, so just keep eating your slop and lower your testosterone. Yeah. There's no mass migration genocide.
And don't go to Town Square in Boise, Idaho this week.
Yeah,
you're not going to like what you see.
All right, our next story is probably the most important story from our migrant section. 5 Nebraska men were arrested for human trafficking.
DOJ breaks up human trafficking ring at several Nebraska hotels. 10 children and 17 adults were rescued.
So 5 Nebraska men, you might be thinking these are some corn-fed Nebraska Husker types.
Yeah, real muscle-bound guys throwing around barrels of hay and stuff like that, whatever they're doing in Nebraska.
Stealing the children. And here's the 5 that were charged.
Kentakumar Chowdhury, Rashmi Ajit Samani, Amit Pralabadhai Chowdhury, Amit Bubahai Chaurati. Those guys have basically the same name with a middle name different. And Mahesh Kumar Chowdhury. So a lot of brothers or siblings here.
Family business.
Yeah, guys of Elkhorn, Nebraska and Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska men, 5.
And here's what 5 Nebraska men should look like.
Friendly reminder.
That's from like a bowl game probably 25 years ago.
Yep, that's what they took from you. And now the Nebraska men, instead of rushing for 300 yards a game, they're now sex trafficking underage children in their hotels that they bought with small business loans that they were able to get from our own government.
And I looked into this story. A lot of those guys did the scam that we talked about where they fake a crime. So at that hotel, they were running this operation. A lot of them said they were robbed or had an incident and then filed a police report and then got the automatic visa because they were the victim of a crime.
That special visa we talked about, yeah.
So that's what they do over there in Nebraska. So
all right, got my visa. Let's get to some sex trafficking.
Literally. Yeah. And we've shown Idaho and Nebraska, and this is what's going on.
They're deep in here, guys. So that's why I say we got to reverse it. It's not good enough to stop. We have to reverse.
Fully reverse. And we're obviously importing a lot of Indian people. We talked about that. So I want to show a couple clips that shows what these people are up to before they get here. Here's some Indian people trying to use a revolving door.
They're stuck. They're jammed in. Try to go 2 at a time. Multiple 2 at a times. Sneaking in the opposite way that it's going. Dark.
Isn't that bad?
Yeah.
And then this other guy is cooking, and I think he's adding more oil to the thing. And here's how he does it.
He lets the oil burn holes in the plastic before. So the little drips of plastic are frying up the bread that you buy from the street vendor.
And then you eat it.
You think he washes his hands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting plastic.
Burning the oil.
He's got poop on his fingers from wiping his butt, and he touches the food, and you're eating microplastic poop spread.
I go to Nebraska now.
Go to Nebraska and work as a line chef.
I hear Boise nice.
You know? In the same way where, do a little voter fraud. Oh, no big deal. Like, this is what we do in my country. Oh, work as a line chef. Do you wash your hands? No, we don't do that in my country. You just start becoming really clean all of a sudden.
Yeah, the meat's expired. Only 6 days.
Yeah, in my country.
The standards erode everywhere, right?
In my country, we buy the expired meat for cheap.
Yeah.
That's how you make more
money.
Good
discount.
Yeah. And then we do have some bad news that we actually predicted. Can you read that, please?
ICE plans to acquire AI technology that can scan and identify people's irises from 10 to 15 feet away using a mobile app, comparing the images to databases and social media photos for deportation purposes.
So that's not good. And we've actually talked about this, we've called this years ago. We have a callback clip right here. So I think that there is a world where the right wing ushers in the AI surveillance state, unfortunately, because part of the AI surveillance state will be delivered under the guise of, we got to get all the illegals out.
Crime and illegals.
We got to get the crime and the illegals. We don't know who's who, but if we have an AI surveillance state, we can kind of find out where all these people are. The right wing could potentially champion that, and I hope we don't. We shouldn't. So yeah, heard it here first again, unfortunately. And I actually just ordered an anti-facial recognition shirt.
Oh.
And got it from Etsy.
Oh.
I'm worried it might be...
What is it, LED lights and it blows you out or something? It kind of points up at you?
It just looks like a blurry scene from a mall or something where there's kind of people and there's a floor and there's a wall. So it looks like a still frame of a busy mall scene. Yeah. And then it can't really find where the face is. It thinks it's far away or something.
So you have to wear that every day.
Yep. And then they can't read my face.
Okay. All right.
So not good. We obviously don't want to green light the facial recognition in all cities under the guise of, we're getting the illegals out.
Yeah.
And you've heard it here first. Let's go to our next story. This is from the UK. We mentioned this in the intro. These UK police officers, the girls, are going jogging and then they're confronting everyone who catcalls them.
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
And police teams are ready to intervene the moment the officers are beeped at, followed or shouted at, pulling people over.
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed. And of course, the people that are likely to commit those kind of behaviours, they may then go on to commit more serious offences or more serious behaviours.
So that's what they're up to in the UK.
So police are pulling you over for not even a crime, and they're bait jogging. And then imagine if some fat policewoman is like, I'll do bait jogging today. No hits again.
Yeah, I think we solved the problem. This area is safe.
This is the country that had like Pakistani gang.
Yeah, every day still happening, and they let them go.
Yeah.
And then this is who you're going after. And I have a still frame of her describing what she does. She likes it.
Oh, yeah. She gets some joy out of it.
She likes the attention.
I'm hot enough to be the decoy jogger policewoman.
It's getting really out of hand.
Yeah, they fucking love me. They love my ass.
They're shouting.
They keep yelling about my... It's like, not to get vulgar, but like getting very specific.
Hanging out of the car. Yeah, you know, we got to stop it.
Yeah.
She likes it. And then I found this funny meme. What is the charge? Rizzing up a bird? A succulent big titty bird? That's funny. But it gets more serious. Raw Egg Nationalist had a good point.
Oh, yeah. Tens of thousands of British girls, maybe hundreds of thousands, have been raped by Pakistani grooming gangs, and the police are deploying undercover female officers to catch catcallers. It would be funny if it weren't so evil. So, yeah, I mean, it's just backwards. Not quite upside down, but again, it's like, where's the crime? Georgetown or Ward 8? Who's doing the sexual abuse? The random guy driving by the car, or should we focus on the high Pakistani area right now?
Yeah.
Like, let's just jog through the nice part of town and see who catcalls us. Then we pull them over, and it's not even illegal. We just give them a talking to.
So that's what you use your police force for.
Crazy.
We have another example here where an illegal migrant broke into someone's house, and then they had like a citizen's arrest where they held him down.
Yeah.
And then they ended up letting him go because he didn't steal anything, but he didn't steal anything only because they stopped him and held him down before he could.
Guys are quite unhappy about the streets, but we have no allegation to arrest them for. Okay, I understand that that's not something you want to hear, but unfortunately, there's only so much we can do, and obviously, she's the main person that, and she doesn't want to press charges.
She does want to press charges. She just said she
Mary is in the back.
The darkest migrant you've ever seen breaks into a house and, well, he didn't take anything, technically. You guys acted too fast. You should have let him grab a vase and then wrestled him down.
And then they said, the lady doesn't want to press charges. And they said, she does want to press charges. Well, there's nothing. He didn't steal anything. Is it trespassing if he's in someone's house? And did you see him in the back?
Breaking and entering. Yeah.
You see what he looked like?
Darkest dark you've ever seen. Shouldn't be anywhere near England.
With a hoodie on, with his hood up, and just like, you know, his brain's not doing any thinking, and they're going to let him go back on the street.
Yep.
And
Wonder
then,
what he'll do. Wonder
Yeah.
what happens next, guys, right?
And then in the UK, we have another story. This girl is 13 and got arrested for being at a McDonald's after 5 p.m. because there's a juvenile curfew in order.
No, you want to arrest?
So that's who they're arresting.
Pretty sure that type of customer wasn't who the juvenile curfew was for.
Yeah, it was for the Muslims. And then the guy they let go, the trespasser, he's good to go. Arrest this 13-year-old girl in a school uniform who's getting food after school before she goes home.
I can't imagine what people think in the UK, too. Like, I just, and then they can't even speak about it. Like, we're at least free to speak about it, but they would get a knock on their door. Catcalling, being at McDonald's, the migrant breaking into your house, he's fine.
Posting on social media gets you knocked on the door and arrested.
When is the breaking point for that, you know?
It'll be probably soon after a really egregious murder of like an innocent, very innocent young person.
I don't know, man.
There'll be some migrants steal a kid and like do something terrible, and then there'll be on the street protests and fights. I'm assuming.
Okay. All right. Well, stay tuned for
something
that.
like that, you know, and then we'll replay it on the show in 6 months and go, see?
Yeah.
Told you. UK's on fire now. All right, well, that is the end of our migrant section. We're moving on to the final page of housekeeping where I can say whatever I want. Tickle and juice, please.
Yeah.
Don't make me say all the stuff.
You don't have to.
Tickle and juice, you know what to do. All right, first clip. RFK's voice sounds better now that he's on a carnivore diet.
A lot of people want to know, what's the Bobby Kennedy diet?
It's a carnivore diet, so it's mainly meat and then fermented vegetable, anything fermented. So a lot of yogurt, a good yogurt without sugar in it.
Kefir.
And then coleslaw and kimchi and all.
That's pretty good.
He's improving. He sounds better.
It sounds great. He's doing a carnivore diet. We've talked about this before with you guys, like keto and carnivore. Obviously very good for you. If you have autoimmune problems, chronic inflammation, hormone issues, stuff like that, the carnivore diet's great. It gets you back to square one, and it gets you running nice.
Gets your voice back up and running if you're
Gets your-
RFK.
It gets your you have to update your impression of him.
I can't. I know. I don't have that range. I just have a brutal one.
He must be happy.
I know.
Your voice
Imagine
was-
his wife, like, oh my God, that's good. You sounded like shit for a long time.
For 30 years.
Yeah.
And now it's better because you don't eat carbs.
Good for him.
And then a lot of people are raising their children with a carnivore diet as well.
Yeah, there's a Wall Street Journal article that said, meet the parents raising carnivore babies, swapping pureed fruit for ribeye.
And this is how you make a big, strong baby. They need animal protein and animal fat. Fat helps them develop their brains, especially. Animal fat, butter, bone broth, bone marrow, eggs, goat milk are the absolute best. And that's how you develop a good face. You know, when your baby's...
Strong jaw?
Strong jaw, good teeth. Your facial development will be ideal because you're chewing this meat in a way that you can handle. And the other babies are eating pureed squash.
Yeah.
You just slurp it up like an idiot.
Yeah, they're. You're right. You know, the Soylent meme, like people who eat Soylent and soy boys, obviously, kind of the joke. But yeah, if you're eating mushy stuff, you become a mushy person.
Why would you develop facial muscles and a strong jaw? You just slurp up the schlop.
Yeah, agreed.
Pureed salmon. And you just swallow it down. That doesn't do anything for anybody.
Yep.
So keep that in mind, guys. If you have babies, goat milk is a sleeper.
Goat milk.
It's perfect. It's better than even cow milk, and it makes your gut healthy, and the fat ratios are pretty much perfect. It's like the best. It's in the Bible many times.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The clincher.
Biblical. Yeah.
Come over the top of the clincher.
I guess I have to. I've never had goat milk, like basically ever.
I've had it. It's good. Same thing. Doesn't taste crazy. Camel milk. All right. Our
There's
next,
no camel milk in the Bible.
Maybe there might be. Next, we have a polyester health update.
Polyester is the new birth control. 75% of female dogs wearing polyester couldn't get pregnant because it tanked their progesterone. Polyester creates an electrostatic field that disrupts hormone production. Get rid of the Lulu ladies. And then there's some study here that I'm not going to
Very interesting. And then our next health-related thing is go outside after it rains.
Yeah, rain releases lots of negative ions into the air, which are anti-inflammatory, boost metabolism, and improve mood. Rain also causes plants to release all their essential oils and more oxygen, creating even more healing air.
That's why it feels so good out there.
And this is we just basically ran through all these things from Carnivore Aurelius.
Yeah,
so you
follow
like him.
Follow him, yeah.
Yeah, outside when it rains, but what if you get wet?
You like it. Wet's good for you.
I don't like wet. I like being out under the rain under an overpass thing. That's the ideal situation.
Out on the road under an overpass.
You get the ions. You get the ions, but you don't get wet.
All right, our next story is health-related, but bad health. There is a zombie rabbit thing.
U.S. citizens warned, do not touch Frankenstein rabbits growing black tentacles as they flood parks. Oh, and he's fucked up.
Yeah, don't you want to just reach out and touch him?
Oh, that's what I want to touch, the fucked up rabbit, the visibly fucked up rabbit. All right.
Could be zombies. And I also want to get something on the record really quick. There's a parasite called screw worms.
Yeah, I've seen those.
That might be the next thing they try to bring in. Someone just died, I believe, in Mexico from it. I think it's the first human death in a while.
Okay.
So screw worms, you heard it here first. In a year from now, when we have the screw worm pandemic, we'll replay this clip.
All right, you're doing a lot of forward-looking shit that doesn't really help us right now.
All right, let's speed through the rest because we're running out of time. Trump unveils some new numbers.
All new numbers.
92, 5 billion, 12.
Okay. I love shit like
11D.
Yeah.
11D sounds good.
Yeah, I like shit like that.
All right.
All right, next, this guy invented free energy.
I figured a way to create energy. If the government finds me, I need your guys' help.
All right. So the free energy, but you need fire to do the free energy, so it's not free, and you're burning gas. And it doesn't, and you lose energy.
But you are spinning that CD-ROM pretty good.
I can't argue with you there.
So if you guys need a, what's it called, the Rube Goldberg machine, where you make like the random invention. If you guys need to spin your old Call of Duty discs, We have a way. You just
There
need
you
a
go.
Coke can and some water. All right, next, top 40 gayest things man can do. Screaming when the DJ tells everyone to make some noise. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, what are you, a follower?
Let me hear you make some noise. Yeah.
You're supposed to act hard and just
Yeah.
look around and judge people who are screaming.
You don't listen to that.
Yep.
Last piece before one last thing. I got a bait boat. So I'm doing shark fishing, as you guys know, and I love it as a hobby, but I can't cast as far as I need to cast. So I have now a bait boat that carries my line and chum. So you get to the spot, you dump the chum, you dump the line, and then you wait for the big shark. My goal is to catch a massive hammerhead shark, and I'm going to do that as soon as possible. I have my shark gloves. I have a hook remover. That's the thing.
Did you get the boat already?
It comes today, so
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And the thing about sharks that kind of freaks me out, I look online at these guys, they just hold it open and just pull the hook out. Like, I'm not there. So I have a hook remover, which is kind of an F-slur move, but
Yeah, you're kind of an F-slur.
whatever. I'm scared. I'm scared of the beast.
Yeah, that's
But I'm
reasonable,
trying
actually.
to pull out a big, cool shark, and when I do, I'll never have to shark fish again, and I can sell all this stuff and get some money back.
Okay, yeah.
Business.
I doubt that.
All right. Then I had one stupid idea.
Go ahead.
You'll help me?
Yeah.
All right. I have an idea that could help America, but I don't think it's possible because no one really wants to help America that bad. Remember how Elon Musk bought Twitter? And he's like, I'm not doing this for financial reasons. I'm doing this to help free speech. What if someone with a lot of money came in and said, I am going to give loans at a 1% rate for mortgages? And you just completely undercut the 5, 6, 4% interest rates and say, yeah, I could make more money at those rates. I know, but I want Americans to be able to buy homes. Maybe you need to be a married couple or have kids or have a good credit score or be college educated, whatever the thing. Nice American people, and you get a 1% mortgage, and that mortgage company could make 5%, but they're just saying, I'm going to do 1%. And it's going to help everybody, and you'll get a ton of customers because everyone will leave the banks and refinance there. So the banks can't really compete with that. And it would almost solve some problems, and all it would take is like a multi-billionaire going,
Doing
you know
free
what?
charity for nothing.
I'm willing to make 1% on $100 billion.
All right. Yeah. Maybe
Wouldn't
you should
that
skip
feel
this.
good?
You should have skipped this one. I can't help you.
Yeah.
It's tough. Tough ask.
That's what we need. We need to privatize
But
it.
then that would just increase home prices, which are already increased, Everyone getting cheap money. It's like, I'll buy that one for 20% more than it's worth right now because I'm paying half or a third of the interest. So I don't know. Back to the drawing board.
But it would feel good.
Good on the shark boat.
Shark boat.
Good on the shark boat. Let's go back.
Massive hammerhead.
Yeah.
And when I get the hammerhead, I'm not scared of the hammerhead as much because it has the hammerhead. That's where you grab, and I'm going to lift it up.
Handles.
Open the jaws. I'm going to have a sick picture on the show. You heard it here first.
Okay.
I'm going to come back to this clip and see. Told you.
All right. Let's get to Cringe,
All right, that's
please.
the end of housekeeping. We've got a Cringe of the Week. All right, our first clip of Cringe of the Week is this guy heading to a fight, and he has a lot of aura, but things change pretty quick.
Vegas for native.
So we'll run that again. In the beginning, he comes up and he's smoking a cig and he throws it down like he's like Nicolas Cage in an action movie.
Open chest shirt. He's handling business, walking in the street, one last puff, and then you're slept. And your boys are grabbing your lifeless body, picking you up. Very bad.
You'd never had it in you. And we actually have a chart, a graph here of his aura.
Okay.
It was rising pretty quick on that cigarette drag and the aggressive manner in which he approached the man right at the top.
And you see where the knockout occurred. Straight line down.
And then his aura got rug pulled.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
All right, our next clip is a woman having a mental breakdown at Starbucks because they discontinued her drink.
I know it's really dumb, but I just went to 2 different Starbucks.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get started for you today?
Hi there. Do you guys have the summer berry still?
We don't. I'm sorry, queen.
I'm just desperate to find it.
Yeah, everyone is supposed to technically be out of it by now.
And I just had the worst day. I really want my emotional support drink. I got laid off a month ago, but they gave me 30 days notice so that I could keep working, which I really appreciated because I needed the income. But My last day is on Friday, and I'm having to go to work every day this week at a job that I'm already laid off from. I worked at this place for 5 years. It's just a small thing, but I was just gonna comfort myself tonight. I don't drink. I'm sober, so I don't go to the bar when I don't feel good. I go to Starbucks, and it just feels like we should get some warning when something's gonna be disappearing. Because some of us depend on it. And they were asking me, do you want anything else? They were like, we still have the puppy bowl, but we could put it in something else, but I don't want it in something else. I only want it in the summer berry. And so I just told them I didn't want.
She needs some emotional support. Ketamine.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
She's having a breakdown.
I went back and forth because you're like, oh, she lost her job and she's really going through it. And then she keeps harping on the Starbucks and what they're trying to do in the drink. And I'm like, don't focus on the fucking drink. The drink, she was at the edge of something emotionally. She was at a cliff and the Starbucks drink was just the final push.
Pushed her over. And she's saying, give us some sort of warning. It's the summer berry blast.
Yeah. And it's August. It's mid-August.
Middle of August. There was some warning, and I feel bad, but, this happened to me.
Yeah, this type of thing happens to everybody.
I went to my favorite restaurant not too long ago, and they were like, oh, we're not doing key lime pie anymore.
What restaurant?
Cassis. Remember that? Remember they stopped doing...
Yeah, I was there.
And they stopped doing key lime pie. I didn't ruin my life over it. I just wrote a few letters, made a few anonymous threats, did a dine and dash.
Selfie video crying.
Beat up a busboy at 1 a.m. out back in the alley. But I
smoked a cigarette, went out into the street, wanted to fight somebody. He knocked me out.
I'm not obsessed about it.
Yeah.
But she's kind of like an adult baby.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel bad, man.
She's an adult baby, and as an adult, you know the phrase emotional support blank. So, oh, this is my emotional support drink. You sound like an adult, but you also sound like a baby.
Yeah, so true. I agree.
So I'm like,
it's like, I really wanted this. I'm sad it's gone. I got to find something else. There's a little bit too much lingering on the baby thing. This is a tantrum.
You know?
It's a tantrum.
Hey, we don't have Diet Coke. Do you want anything else? Diet Dr. Pepper? Yeah. Okay. Close enough.
Yeah.
I get the squirts I want. I get the chemicals. I'm also going to defer to a boomer meme here. We're going to need a bigger mental hospital.
Jaws.
Jaws is coming back, by the way. August 29th. They're putting it in the theaters again for the 50-year anniversary. Mm-hmm. They shot that in Martha's Vineyard.
Okay.
That's just interesting.
All right.
And then we have a quote here that I think really shows what's going on with this woman in the car. Can you read that?
At the core of liberalism is the spoiled child, miserable as all spoiled children are, unsatisfied, demanding, ill-disciplined, despotic, and useless. Liberalism is a philosophy of sniveling brats.
There's a point there. If she had real issues or lived in a country with real problems, she wouldn't be freaking out over the summer berry blast drink being discontinued. So there's a point.
I get it.
But we're not being mean, and we hope this woman finds peace. God bless this woman and bring her peace.
I think there's, a lot of cringe and a lot of urban and stuff like that. There's a hidden God bless, and may you find Jesus.
God bless all of these people.
We go hard, and it's funnier to be dark, but I wish the best for you. I don't know. I feel bad about this one.
Yeah.
But then you kept crying about the Starbucks drink.
And your nails are like done perfectly from a place. So you're talking about like losing your job, but then you have like $100 manicure.
All right.
We're not going to harp on it. Next, this man is 800 pounds, and this is what he's up to.
What does an 800-pound man eat every day? The first thing he does when he wakes up in the morning is to have two.
This is an AI voiceover, so let's just get it over with. But he's eating breakfast, 2 biscuits. He gets his bowl of schlop, mashed potatoes. Then a big sausage and egg pile, gravy on top. This guy kind of looks like RRB with the glasses on at first. You see it?
There he is.
There he is. Then he's getting some steaks.
He's doing the RFK carnivore thing for a few seconds.
Not quite. And basically, this guy's 800. People keep bringing it to him. And after every meal, there's a cake. There's a slice of cake.
You get dessert with every meal,
Yeah.
but the dessert is an entire cake.
That's a nice life.
He's eating carrots. He's eating vegetables.
Yeah.
He's growing his beard out.
But then he complains about it, so they give him orange soda.
That's a 2-liter soda. His hands are gigantic. Here comes second dinner, which is like Chinese food, ordered takeout.
Yep.
He eats it all, and then he wants more, so he eats his wife. Look at his legs go out like that.
Yeah.
and he has a 5th plate, and he can't eat anymore. So his
All right.
wife clears the plates.
All the enablers. I think that's his mom, probably.
Yeah.
All right. So you
We
done
have
with
some
this?
points to make.
Okay.
He's kind of living.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what do you want to do today? It's
That's
like,
how a king lives. Bring me my cake. Chinese
food, cake,
So despite the health issues, he does have a little dinner bell. He kind of lives like a king as long as he's not trying to work out, move his body, or do anything.
And if you're 500 pounds,
that's like 800. That's
I'm building up to it. If you're 500 pounds, you might as well be 600 pounds.
Yeah.
And if you're 600 pounds, it's the same thing as 800. It's a little fleckus math for you.
There is a mobility ending point, though.
Exactly. And once you reach that,
you might as well go up.
You might as well keep going.
All right.
And then we're probably all thinking it.
What?
He's shitting. He has to. He eats like 18,000 calories a day. You're shitting.
My 600-pound life never really shows you that. And these people who are bedridden, they all like to show it going in. They never show it going out, which obviously they don't because it's TV. But how does that guy do it? People have to get involved. People have to dig around.
I would guess they hand him a rope, they pull him over onto a side, and then they take one of the takeout plastic bags and they just hold it. And then he shits into it, and then they probably power wash him, and the sheets are plastic, so they can power wash him in the bed.
All right.
And then they power wash the shit.
Okay. All right. You guys see why Cringe almost caused a fight now at this point.
Or you can do like
we go from weird knockout to crying lady to how's this guy's shit.
What about poop catheter?
Yeah.
And it's like a vacuum hose.
All right. All right.
This is getting gross.
I know.
God bless this guy. I hope he figures it out.
See? This is why I didn't want to be in Cringe.
Well, our next story is about college AI. You know how all the kids, instead of doing their work and learning, they take their tests and just have AI do it?
Yeah.
They're starting to figure that out as the scam that's going on because everyone's like finishing the test too fast or whatever. So here's how they're cracking down.
So they just made it pretty much impossible to use ChatGPT or any kind of AI in college. Because now, whenever I pull up my paper, there's a new button. You go down here, you press it, and then watch writing report. And what this basically does is you press play, and it'll show exactly what you started with, and then what you wrote to like change the text. And then it'll say who did what, how natural it sounds. This one's a bit iffy, but it has pauses, errors, and proof of effort, and then it shows you how long it took to write the edits and pastes. You can't even just paste in AI and then edit it anymore.
How about everyone just uses pen and paper?
Well, that's actually another thing. There's a resurgence. Remember when we were in college and you had blue books? You had midterms and finals on blue books? There's a resurgence in blue books now because they're making people do actually write out their shit.
So maybe,
but this guy says at the end, this key sentence here, he goes, you can't even have ChatGPT write your papers anymore. And it's like, there was an 18-month period where you could do that.
Yeah.
And then they locked it down, and he's like looking at it, oh, the good old days. You can't even do it anymore.
And if a teacher now said, all right, pen and paper, that's what I want, kids would be like, I can't do it. It's not possible.
I have
like,
ADHD.
It's not possible.
I actually have a note from my doctor.
Yeah, they'll say it's not possible to write a paper with a pen and paper. Mm-hmm. And also, they could probably make a new AI that like does the questions slow and makes mistakes and makes edits.
Yeah, it's just going to be a robot battle.
And then we're kind of like giving AI a human experience by doing that. We have a funny thing from Sad Drawings by Jace.
He said, hey, Grok, is AI robbing me of the day-to-day tasks that make up my soul, severing me from my own humanity?
No.
No. Okay, thank you.
You know? Yeah. So we're kind of like giving computers the pieces of our life that we don't think we want because it's boring or mundane, kind of like in the movie Click.
Yeah, we're clicking through life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's too boring, it's too mundane, it's a waste of my time. And that's like 50% of what your life is.
Critical thinking, that mid-time, yeah.
Like doing stuff and getting stuff done, and that's how you stay sharp. I don't know what everyone wants to do instead. And it's kind of, I'm going to make
TikToks.
They want to watch Reels and YouTube Shorts. And I'm kind of going to make a little bit of an extrapolation here. It's like when we let the illegals in to do the jobs we don't want to do, and then eventually they took over.
And now nobody can do them.
And now no one can do them. It's like the same thing with AI. Oh, I don't want to write a paper. Oh, I don't want to do something that doesn't require a lot of thought. I'll just have AI do it. And then
I won't do these steps of the engineering homework I have because I could just plug that math in. So
And now the only people that know how to do engineering are going to be AI.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like you're letting them in by giving them the stuff that you don't want to do, but that stuff you don't want to do actually makes up who you are.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, next, Cringe. This guy is teaching you how to take a hook out of your hand. It's a physical cringe. Look away.
Hey guys, it's Captain Mike again from The Hooker Tool. I got a few requests about circle hooks.
So he slams it.
It's in, and that's what would happen in the field. Now I'm gonna put it in a little bit more to make sure that nobody can say that that's not in there. There we go. Now it's really in there. And now I'm gonna pull it out. So I'm gonna go around the throat of the hook, over top of the shank. I'm gonna press down, pull it right out. There's the giant hole with all the damage afterwards. I'm being sarcastic, obviously, for some of the comments.
So I ordered one of those for shark fishing, but what?
Yeah, that's some marketing, dude.
They don't make them like that anymore.
Yeah, that type of
The
guy.
guy just took a hook and dug it into his hand. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
All right.
All right, moving on. That was a light cringe, like we said. We're now moving into Urban Decay. All right, our first piece of Urban Decay are the people that have too many kids. This lady's doing a podcast. Listen to how many kids she has.
My daughter is 14 years old with a 2-year-old.
Your 14-year-old daughter has a 2-year-old daughter?
Yeah. A 2-year-old son.
A 2-year-old son?
Yeah.
So your daughter got pregnant at 11?
Yeah, she got pregnant at 11 and had her baby at 12. Correct.
Did she get pregnant by a boy her age?
Yes. I have 11 kids.
So how old are your 11 kids?
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and I have a 1-year-old.
Sounds like she's launching a rocket.
Yeah.
And to be fair, she is pretty good with numbers. But at least she's pro-life, you know?
Yeah. And at least that. And you just know your tax dollars are heavily involved in this. I'm heavily subsidizing somewhere in this. You don't have 11 kids and I live on a 300 acres and this. It's like we're living in squalor and my 11-year-old got pregnant.
Yeah, this is who we're subsidizing, the woman who has children younger than her grandchildren.
Ugh.
And keep in mind, they're all getting EBT, Section 8, SNAP, whatever, all these benefits. Do you think that the one woman who made 11 kids or whatever, they're going to not do the same exact thing? Though she already has a 14-year-old with a 2-year-old. You think they're not going to keep taking EBT and SNAP? Like that one woman has like a lineage of like 1,000 people in 20 years.
Yeah, and all EBTs.
Crazy. And then this next guy, similar situation. He was a father of 20, but of those 20, he was a stepfather to 8. He was killed, I believe, and everyone's kind of upset about it. We'll give you the context after the reaction.
That was my right-hand man. I don't feel like anybody in the world understood me how my dad understood.
They took my brother, they took half of me.
Reeves's family and friends come together steps away from where he lost his life less than 24 hours ago.
Father God, I'm praying for my mama. Give her all the strength. She didn't just lose a son, she lost her best friend.
Just after 5 a.m. Saturday, Reeves was shot near the intersection of Forsyth and Garnett Streets near the Greyhound station. Family members tell 11 Alive the 44-year-old was in the area to get his bike and was shot while walking back to his car.
This is life for the party.
Yeah, so that's what they were saying, but we do have some context as to what he was really doing.
Yeah, D'Anthony Reeves was fatally shot at 5:24 a.m. Strange hour. Don't think he was headed to work on July 19th near the Greyhound station in downtown Atlanta. Nearly a month later, homicide detectives said Reeves was in the commission of an armed robbery when he was fatally shot.
Kill him for nothing.
At 5 a.m, armed robbery. And then I'm just kind of, obviously it's sad, whatever, the guy's fucked up. But, and he was already a felon before that. But I'm laughing at the people People in the hood aren't like trying to downplay the criminality of these people they're mourning. They just fully believe the cover story that they're told.
He was just trying to get his bike.
He's going to get his bike. And like, my dad didn't walk out. He was out getting milk. He must have got lost somewhere. They just hook, line, and sinker take the like excuse. Like,
he woke up early to get his bike to go for some exercise.
Yeah, he was jogging the Ahmaud Arbery. He was jogging in that neighborhood. They just like have no critical thinking and take it at face value.
So he was up early. No, he was up late.
He was at that McDonald's for a job interview. They just got in a brawl for no reason. Like they just take it like completely for the excuse.
And the guy is a repeat offender. And Ratboy and I were talking about this before the show. If he was in jail for the crimes he did already before this incident, he'd be alive. He'd be alive. He'd be off the streets. He'd be committing less crime. And he would probably have like 10 less kids.
Yeah. How many of his kids are going to be future criminals or probably already are in crimes?
And then or on EBT and SNAP and whatever. So it's like if you actually locked him up, the repercussions from that, the ripple from that would help everybody. There'd be less kids and there'd be less crime and there'd be less benefits being soaked up by all these people.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Next, we have a couple clips from Bad Picnickers.
Well, some good, some bad. This is a new trend going around called cake picnics, where basically you participate in a picnic where you go and you bake a cake, and then everybody who goes bakes a cake, and then you guys get to try 40 different cakes. Everybody takes a slice, right?
I like that.
It's actually,
I like that model.
It's very nice. It's very first world, and here's a video of the London version.
How many slices of cake can you get in 5 minutes? This is London's first cake picnic with over
234 cakes today.
What do I eat? We were the first group to go up and I needed to find my first victim fast. No, it was so much harder than you think, even picking up this cake, okay, under that much pressure. Like, this is so embarrassing. Please, why am I struggling to pick up this cake, even though I'm a baker myself? There were so many wonderful cakes with such crazy flavors, but honestly...
You get it.
Yeah.
It looked lovely.
It's like a big potluck community.
Everyone, all those cakes looked great. And then we can fast forward to the end and like you see people's final plates. Like you got 10, 15 cakes that you're trying. You get a bite of each. It's a day of gluttony. It's nice for the ladies.
It's a nice spread.
And it's a womanly thing and they're up to it and they have fun, right? They're there in London. They're cute and they like the cake plates, right?
They like the cake plates. But not everyone can do this. Not every culture can do this.
Yeah.
This was in Lagos.
Yeah, Nigeria.
And here's how their cake picnic went.
A lot of pushing, yelling.
A lot of hands.
And it got dirty. Everything was smeared. And ultimately, some mistakes were made. They let people in who didn't bring a cake themselves. And so people got greedy. And it was a big error. So
yeah, picnickers with a hard R.
Yeah, not all cultures are created equally. And unfortunately, I don't think it'll be coming back to Lagos, Nigeria.
So they couldn't pull it off. Mm-hmm. Next, we have a woman who is telling us, white men, that we need to not judge books by their cover because black women are smarter and more intelligent than everybody.
And what's so fucking funny is black women is the most educated group of people in this damn country. But people don't even realize that though because they be too fixated on us being ghetto looking. They think because we wear the long eyelashes or we wear the long weave or because we talk a certain type of way that we're not educated. No, we are versatile, baby. We talk like the way we talk is because that's how we was raised to talk. But we can switch that shit up at any minute. See, that's where y'all be getting lost at. And y'all be thinking y'all educated. I'm sure motherfuckers get on this bitch and look at me and say, oh, there's just another uneducated ghetto bitch. Baby, I got 2 degrees, baby. I have a master's degree, okay?
So you're choosing to look and sound retarded because that's how we was raised?
You're smarter than me. You must be smarter than me. You got more degrees.
You smarter than me. You smarter than me. You smarter than me. And then also you received a diploma. You received an education, but that doesn't mean you're intelligent.
Yeah, this credentialization of America where, well, I got the degree, so I outrank you. And it's like, ma'am, you're not pumping the gas correctly or something. There's like, I have this and I'm a master's degree. And you just sound like shit and you choose to speak like that. This is similar to the girl yelling at the TJ Maxx or whatever. I got a degree, bitch. And it's like, you're yapping like this. You look like that. And it actually takes your degrees down. Your degrees don't lift you up. It takes your degrees down.
Yeah, damn. College must mean nothing.
Yeah, it actually wasn't hard at all, right?
And
and you get preferential treatment getting into those things. We need a black woman. All right, take the loud one with the big eyelashes.
Yeah.
She
and they don't let you fail out either.
No.
They just push you through even if you're not able to finish the courses. And I just have a little thing to zoom out. Let's go big picture here. Nothing has ever been invented within the green area of this continent. Absolutely nothing, not even writing. Zero.
Wow.
So
I don't know how true that is. I'm sure something has been invented. One thing. But yeah,
malaria.
Yeah, that was discovered. It wasn't invented. But Sub-Sahara is down bad, and this is what they're down to. I'm smarter than you. I talk like this as a choice.
Yeah.
I'm educated.
And it's like never been easier to graduate college or graduate high school. All these kids, they're failing and they just push them through. I got an education.
And you know what? This is kind of like a student loan providers. We've been kind of talking about usury in some ways. And I think a lot of these black educated women get sucked into a debt cycle. Like, I got 2 degrees. And it's like, and what's your student loan balance?
$140,000.
And what did it start at? You know, and it's like, well, it's ballooned up from 90K.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like a new crop of people who they're like, let's tap into this. You know, the monetization of higher education and how all those costs have gone up, and they're like getting women in the workforce and women into college was like, oh yeah, we can double this.
That's a good point.
It's a new debt slave person. And so I think they don't know what they're falling for a lot of times.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, our next clip, we have some more superior intelligence on display.
This is the correct way to cook canned goods. You're supposed to put your canned goods on the stove, and then when it's done, it's supposed to open up. Shake it up a little bit. On me, you want to have that dent in the bottom of that shit, so you know it's getting hot. Shake it up, make sure it's getting around there. You want this to pop up in a little bit. When it's hot enough where you can't touch it, that's how you know your canned goods gone. This is the point of a canned good, to eat out of it. Trying to read life, but you can't read life. You got that shit happen.
Obviously. Like, the can is bending and like pushing out from the sides and the top and bottom because there's so much steam and condensation kept in. It's about to burst. And then you look over it and go, boom!
Believe it or not, that guy has 2 PhDs.
Yeah, he learned that from his mama, who has a master's degree. So, yeah, that... Wouldn't you, if you were doing that?
Even if I was fresh on Earth, first day on Earth, I'd go, wow, something's probably expanding in there.
Gotta wait a while to open that.
Or open it before you do it. I think you could get away with boiling it, and it boils in the can.
If you open it before.
If you open it.
That's what they did in Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, of course. Dennis the Menace.
The guy with the beans.
Yeah.
He was eating it over the open fire, and that's where I first learned about eating out of the can. That kind of grosses me out.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad, I guess. But you definitely don't want to heat it in the can closed. Everyone knows that. A baby knows that. And then also, if you heat it with the can, you can't even touch it.
Yeah. You got to get some sort of tool or towel to pour it into something else.
Or you're holding it with like a thing, and then it's like, we'll just pour it into a bowl.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, we don't have to debunk this.
It's not hard. Yeah, we don't have to analyze it. The guy's retarded.
Yeah.
And now he has facial burns for life because of it. But hey, you think he learned his lesson? Or do you think that was a bad can?
He might, like 10 years later, he might forget. Yeah.
Yeah. Or teach his
a bad
kids.
can.
Just put it on. Just put it on the stove.
And then 10 minutes in, oh yeah, make sure you open it. I don't know.
Next, we have some Walmart fatigue. Not much to say, just a fight.
They're fat and in their underwear fighting at Walmart.
These big bitches. Got their ass out. Oh my gosh. And they got degrees.
Yeah, these are highly educated women. We choose to do this. We choose to fight
It might
at
seem
Walmart.
like we not educated when we fighting with our butts out at Walmart over nothing, but we got master's degrees.
That was my choice. You don't understand, white man.
All right, last clip of Urban Decay. This guy does a prank where he does fake gang signs. We've shown stuff like this before. And he does like a fake gang sign, and look what happens.
What's up, bro? Thank you. What's going on, dog? Gang signs up over here, bro. Hey, look, let me tell you something. Throw another gang sign up. Throw another gang sign. No, hold on. Throw another gang sign up. Watch what I do to you.
Why you mad?
Throw a gang sign up. Watch me smack the f*** out. Go ahead. Throw it up. Throw a gang sign up. Watch me smack the f*** out you right now. Throw it out. Let me see.
I was saying hi, dog.
No, wave again. Watch me smack the f*** out. Do anything with your hands, I'm going to smack the f*** out you. Go ahead and smack you some too.
All right, let me know, homie. Hey, it's a video. Hey, chill out, bro.
That's a gang sign?
What?
That's a gang sign?
I can't hear you.
That's a gang sign?
Who's throwing
Why you throwing up gang signs?
Who's throwing a gang sign?
You.
How do you know?
You know where you at? You in Chicago. We don't play that around here, man.
Well, what am I doing that you're mad?
Throwing up gang signs. We don't play like that around here, man.
This is a gang sign? This is not a gang sign, G. What is this? This is 4 fingers.
Why you want to play, man?
I should beat his ass to play, all right? Look behind that tree. You're on camera, G.
And it's like, you're so stupid that you were going to fight because someone went like this. He goes, this is a gang sign? This is just 4 fingers. Like, you're fighting over this?
Yeah, but Donald Trump, he's intimidated by the intellectual prowess of black men or something.
Yeah.
And that's why he went to Ward 8 instead of Georgetown. Not because of people like this willing to fight on sight for vaguely doing this. This doesn't mean anything. There's no gang.
You're like about to commit like felony assault.
Yeah.
Because someone went, what does that mean?
What is that? I'm about to freak out on you now.
I have to fight you now.
Okay, go to jail forever.
Yeah.
Some of these people went to jail forever. Doesn't hurt society at all.
At all.
We move along without them.
Exactly. All right, well, don't get too down or too depressed. Moving on to uplifting gold, and we have uplifting stuff today.
Okay. Say that.
First is a clip from Poland. People in the park are enjoying classical music. Isn't that nice? There's no migrants. There's no, hey, I need $1. There's no one stealing. There's no one trying to scam you. No one pulling the coins out of the fountain.
Shout out to Poland, man, for standing strong.
All right.
What do you think did it for him? What do you think was the real main thing? Because you could say like Ireland should have done that too. That was a very cohesive, strong culture. You know,
I think
what made Poland so different?
I don't fully know, but
Eastern Europe is holding strong.
Yeah.
In general, and Poland's kind of the last in line for Eastern Europe.
I think just there was like a moment in time when like the floodgates got opened, and Poland just had a guy in there that was like, we're locking down the border.
Okay.
And I think they just got lucky in that moment.
Timing wise.
Hey, right now they're opening the floodgates from North Africa, and in that moment they're like, we're locking down the border.
And then Poland's kind of landlocked too, so it's kind of, they got a little bit of coastline, but they got good neighbors and they only have to worry about Germany. I don't know.
I wonder if that Poland coastline's nice. I'm sure one of you guys is from there. Is it nice to be on the beach in Poland? Yeah. All right, we have some baseball clips. First one, the pitcher throws and hits the on-deck batter. I've never seen this. That's pretty good.
What, was that on purpose? He wanted to hit him? Or
He's starting a fight. He got thrown out.
All right.
That clears the benches. You hit the on-deck batter.
All right, good for them.
All right, next uplifting clip, fast-pitch adult softball.
Dominicans.
Dude, you see how fast he pitched that?
Yeah.
And how far he hit it?
Yeah, good for them.
I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, I haven't either. Men usually throw overhand.
Yeah.
Women do the underhand.
That was crazy.
Huh.
Next is the best golf shit. I said shit. Next is the best golf shot ever recorded on camera.
Good. No, that's not good.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
So, it's uplifting because it's crazy, but I do not ever approve of doing that, taking a full swing on the green.
He had it teed up, so he wasn't taking a divot on the green or anything.
All right,
but
that's good.
Respect the groundskeeper. Respect your local course.
But that was crazy.
Yeah.
The boys got a good clip that day.
Yeah, they did.
All right, next we're going to play these two side by side. This is just uplifting because we have sorority season or something. It's just American sorority girls doing dances and celebrating and having fun in college.
Yeah.
And there's no migrants in the video.
Yeah. I like seeing an all-white thing.
It's rare.
They really want to take that. And, you know, people, this always triggers some right-wing discussion. People are like, oh, these girls are sluts or they're wasting their time or something. And I just like looking at an all-white thing.
Yeah, that's true. But there is, they shouldn't be at college.
Yeah, and don't go into debt for this, only if your parents can afford it or
they
something
should be
like that.
home under their dad's authority until they get passed off to a man to marry.
One could argue that.
But hey, at least
Hey,
there's no migrants. No migrants.
Uplifting gold.
All right, our final clip of the show, our Pure Americana clip of the week. This Texas boy gets 4th place in a goat contest.
Meet 5-year-old Milo Garza, staring at his yellow ribbon, over the moon about winning 4th place, even kissing his little goat, Teddy Bear, and hugging him tightly.
Hello, goats.
What's one great thing about Teddy Bear?
His legs are fat.
There you have it.
It was a raw emotion. It was something totally like unexpected.
We feed them, and we work them, and we walk them.
Milo is a goat lover. You know, he goes outside and he's constantly, kissing the goats, loving on the goats, hugging them, and he can't get enough of them.
That's nice.
That is nice, but
it's okay.
It's close to mine.
let him be. It's okay.
Oh, that's the best kind of migrant.
His name's Milo?
Yeah.
He can stay.
He can stay. You hear that? Trump, executive order for Milo.
Mr. Stephen Miller.
Stephen.
Goat guy, the goat kid can stay.
All right.
Well, that's the end of the episode. If you guys are looking for more show, we have a 30-minute bonus land dropping right now. You're not going to want to miss it. Bonus lands have been great lately. Everyone's loving them. And there's a huge catalog of back content, too, like days and days and days of content. So just sign up now, and then you'll have stuff to do for when summer's over.
There you go.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Happy Friday. We will see you on Tuesday, and thank you for watching all the way through. It means a lot to me. Those are my favorite people, the people who watch all the way through. All right, see you Tuesday.
When
the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. We're watching old episodes. Yeah, watching old episodes. Flex talks, buying shit coins and trading stocks. Flex talks, we're still kicking over stacked rocks. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Words are just words until action actually starts. Flex talks, and actions speak louder than words. Flex talks, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions.
I'm telling Trump, yeah, just send the boys to Bend Road because this is crazy.